Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm, a podcast for movie lovers just like you. Disclaimer at the top of the show, we're not experts, but we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and movie insider, Part Alexis.
Stop the BS. Let's get into the movie.
Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's Newgist. We're only choosing movies released this year, and we're starting the episode with our main discussion from Sophie Ramvari, Blue Heron. That's right, folks. The entire month, we're starting the episode with the movie discussion. No BS. This is a no BS zone.
Yeah.
No more BS. That's what people said to Proto, and he came up with this idea. How it's going, we'll get into it after the movie discussion. I did a poll on Instagram.
Oh, no.
Did you hear about this?
What'd they say?
We'll get into it after. We can't talk about it.
Oh, it can't be good.
We
then.
can't talk about it yet. We got to get into the movie.
Okay.
Just a reminder, before we get into the movie, the meetup is a month away. Philadelphia. Details on 70mmpod.com. Back to the Future Part 2 in 35 mil with the Philadelphia Film Society, September 12th. Blue Heron, episode 324 in a series of episodes. This is Proto's pick. What's this movie all about?
Sasha and her family moved to Vancouver Island. She is the youngest of 4 siblings. Her oldest brother, Jeremy, is described as troubled. Her parents are at their wits' end as Jeremy continues to defy them and make dangerous choices for himself and the family. In the future, Sasha takes time to reflect on her memories of Jeremy and the choices that were made and the questions that are left unanswered forever. Blue Heron.
What a pick. Was everyone expecting this pick from Proto
No.
when we announced the month? Danny, were you ready for Blue Heron? Do you know it was coming?
I wasn't ready for it, and I'd never heard of it. And it feels like one of those films that are like on the like festival circuits, being shown at festivals around the world, but never anywhere where I would have seen it or heard about it. And Sophie's the director. I mean, this is her first theatrical film, so it's like brand new guess.
Right.
Brand newest.
That's next year. Director's first films.
I had been familiar with Sophie. I think I might have interviewed Sophie on the old Letterboxd show. Rest in peace. Disclaimer, I work for Letterboxd, but I don't speak for Letterboxd.
I do.
And she had done a short, Still Processing, that had come out a few years ago. So I rewatched that in preparation. Not actually in preparation. I rewatched it after watching Blue Heron. So I've been aware of Sophie, and I actually watched this on, not to bring up Letterboxd again, sorry.
Please bring it up.
I watched this on the Letterboxd video store. This is a rental.
You rented it.
It was also on Criterion Channel app, whatever the hell you call it. But, I got to support the company that pays my bills.
It goes right back into your pocket. This is
legal? It's a flywheel. It's a flywheel. So that's how I watched it. And I remember hearing buzz about this movie when it hit the festival circuit that Denny was mentioning. So I was really excited when this hit the video store and now is hitting like a wider, streaming release on Criterion. Pro, what about you?
I do remember you logging this short, Still Processing. And I think that was really it. And I think maybe a trailer had popped up a couple months ago for this in our Discord, maybe. But yeah, like when we did our announcement video, I just had like the day before saw that it was finally premiering on Criterion and that you would be able to watch this because it did have a limited release. And last year, and this is now like where it's released and more widely available. So it just felt like the stars aligned. I saw some good reviews for it. It's like, hey, let's take a chance.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a chance on Canada.
Right.
Someone's
first.
got to.
Yeah.
We might as well be it.
We'll do it.
So Proto, what's at the top of your list for Blue Heron?
Top of my list is the restraint that I feel that is used in the storytelling for this movie. I think, as I'm watching it and knowing that it's based around Sasha and her older brother, Jeremy, and it fixates on his dealings with the family. I think what I'm expecting from this movie, I was expecting it for it to get more intense or to have kind of like a typical turn in, I think, a movie like this, where I don't want to say a lesser director would do something where it's fixates on the character of Jeremy. But I feel like that's like the easy way to make a story like this more enticing, that you would take this character who has like the problem, and show even more, stronger imagery of like what's wrong with this person. But really, like that's not like the point of this story. So the fact that it doesn't really go there and really remains focused on the younger sibling Sasha's experience with that brother, and maybe not fully understanding what's going on and seeing things from her perspective, and really only giving you enough, I feel like, to have an understanding that she had, is that feels like it's a very hard thing to do. But I think it gives like a pretty unique perspective in this story, that you're in some ways, I feel like, unsatisfied with this story because I wanted like more of something. But I think it's really cool how it allows you to really feel as much in her shoes as she did at that time as a young girl, and maybe as she does now as an adult.
Right. Yeah, it's fascinating how you go through the process of like even her parents being unclear of like what to do, like raising him, and then she goes back and is still in that same place where 20 years later you still don't know what was the right thing to do and what was going on, and you're kind of left with the lack of clarity still on like, did the parents do the right thing? Like, what else could we have done? So there is no like real big focus on him. It's like, unlike, I don't know, it felt like a short film to me in a lot of ways. Like I can almost see like this short, kind of progressing in the same way, where it just kind of leaves it open-ended, but it like for a feature film to like do the same thing and do like the like fascinating story structure, which we'll get into. But like, yeah, it's unlike most films that are made, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. And I kept thinking, Proto, since you brought it up, the beginning of this film, it really, you're so right. I feel like any other, I don't know, I guess maybe the story lends itself to how this is told, but any other director would have pushed the brother story even further, maybe even to his death. When we find out at the end of this film, like they probably would have shown, his outcome. But the restraint that she has in this film is unreal. And I was so stressed out the first half of this film, because it felt like, how far is she going to push this character? Or is she going to show us this character when he punches through the window? He's like bloody, and like, is this as far as we get? So it's kind of shocking how this movie's made. Especially when you get to the back half of it.
Mm-hmm. And then I didn't watch any trailers when like we talked about doing this movie. Remember when we used to make it a thing about how we didn't watch trailers? It was like like a sub meta conversation on the show.
Mm.
And then Danny hated it that we didn't watch trailers.
Psychopaths.
All of that to say is I didn't realize that this was a sort of continuation of Sophie's exploration into her life. Like I didn't realize while I was until like maybe deeper into when like the first kind of narrative change happens that like, oh God, this is her. This is like a version of her life. Like this is the brother that it was talked about in her short, still processing, but not really like expanded upon. Which I highly recommend. The short is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like she has the chops. Visually, like it's out of sight. And the short tells the story of how her father, as you see in the movie, took tons of photos. I think he took cinematography classes in Hungary. But as you know, her two brothers died and he never shared those photos with her. And the short is her finally getting the photos as an adult and kind of going through the motions of experiencing those photos for the first time. And I just have to say the short has like one of my all-time favorite moments where the camera's looking down and has the pile of photos and she's like moving them with her hands.
Mm-hmm.
That is an absolute stunner shot. Unbelievable.
It's perfectly executed too.
Yeah,
how she reveals each photo.
Yeah. But all that to say is I didn't realize that this was like a continuation of that thread of her life and her brother and her upbringing to the point where when halfway through you see adult Sasha and she's still kind of thinking of what happened 20 years ago with her brother. She's interviewing other social workers. At that point, I still didn't even realize that this was really like a autobiographical version of her life. I thought that like Sasha was now a social worker and is trying to piece together what she could have done or what her parents could have done. So then it like flipped that, I don't know, a short moment after that, I was like, oh my God, this is like her working through her memories of her life and how it shifts into her going to the house and reliving her memories or what she thinks is her memories of those moments. I was like completely blown away at that reveal that it was, I think in interviews, she called it an emotionally an autobiographical film. Like it's an impressionistic version of her life. It's not like a retelling, which I thought was even better. But I was not expecting that. And it just added this like crazy layer of like essentially like an impressionistic version of a story that I don't remember experiencing in a film before. Especially her going through her memories and like reliving things and just plus the visuals. Yeah, it really knocked me over. What did you think of the way the story unfolded over time?
Yeah, I mean, calling it impressionistic, I think that's pretty good because I was trying to think of like how, like, what would you call this in a like as a phrase of a experience in a movie? Because it's a character that's in the movie, but then it's showing her as an adult, but then like she's not time traveling, but it's her going back to when she was a girl, observing herself, but also being in the story, like playing the role of the social worker. Mm-hmm. So like that is, yeah, it's incredibly fascinating and like really moving to see not only her like observing her brother Jeremy, but like her observing herself, and doing what she can to try to make sense of it. But then also, you know, at the same time, knowing that in a way, like nothing, she's like, I don't know, like, is she going to get anywhere with this? Mm. Because I can think of like, you know, your own memories that you have from when especially when you're a kid, man, to me, it feels like it's like a black box in that like you can peer into it and you have like these small memories, but to see anything else almost feels like impossible with certain memories that you have. But you can like fixate on them to the point where it's like, I need to figure it out. And it feels like maybe there's something in your memory that you could unlock. So like this idea of going over that experience to see like, is there something there that I missed or I don't remember, or a memory that I can bring back that would help me to figure out and make more sense of this? I mean, it's really beautifully done in that final act when she's observing those memories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I couldn't believe what I was watching when it has that moment where it shows older, I want to say Sophie, but it's Sasha. When she's working and when she is working on her documentary, interviewing the social workers. And when she revisits her home, I was like, wow, this is really cool. Her home's still there. And I was like, damn, the Volvo station wagon's still there. That's crazy too. And then when her parents open the door, I'm like, what is happening? Like, I couldn't believe what was about to transpire. And it really beautifully like blurs the line between like her memory and reconstructing it, while she's like both watching the past and reliving it, returning to these moments with, you know, the perspective she has now, and then facing kind of just how powerless she was as a kid then to what was happening in her life. And it's, I teared up, man. I teared up when she pulled out that letter and started reading it to her parents. I was like, holy shit, what are we? This is another level of storytelling. Like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, why are more people not talking about Sophie, but this film? I mean, I was getting like Celine Sciamma vibes in the way things are pieced together. Petite Maman was really in my brain watching this, and this is some incredible stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, what other filmmaker is capable of doing something like this? And maybe a piece of it is it's just so connected to Sophie's life, you know, and her upbringing and her history. But I agree, like when she went to the house and her dad answered the door, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Huh? I had to like just sit there and slowly start to piece things together. And that's what's also so rewarding about like not really knowing anything about the movie going in, not reading any reviews like preemptively or whatever. What a treat to see like that unfold. And yeah, when she read that letter, oh my God, amazing. And then you kind of like see this, you hear the scenes play out again as you first heard them.
Yeah.
When she was younger, and like she's going through those motions at the same time. I like, it makes me so interested to see what Sophie would do next. Like if it's another feature film, but I mean, when you have someone doing, this is their first feature film, and she's done a lot of short work. So she's been like, you know, flexing for a while, but man, this is nuts. I think like, I'll say this is probably like my number one movie of the year so far for 2026.
I mean, I could almost agree with you. Except Spider-Man exists, but I'm kidding.
But what's also fascinating to me is like I did eventually sit to read some interviews that she did about the making of the film and like Jeremy. And another fascinating artifact of it is it's not like an exact, you know, characterization of Jeremy. Like this isn't how Jeremy was when she was growing up. Her brother, Jonathan, I think. You know, he was like super hyper energetic, very active. But she said that like she saw the actor's name who was portraying, let me find it real quick. Why isn't his name like, oh yeah, Eddick, sorry. But she saw his portrayal of like that, you know, the way he was like presenting himself, that she went in that direction anyway. And she knew that she couldn't still like accurately portray who he was at that age. So she like wanted to continually like keep it a question mark, like how he was, why he was. and it wasn't worth just like doing an exact replica of her life. So that's another thing. Like she called it like the movie very fragmented in that way, and she preferred it to keep it that way because it's not an exact one-to-one in her life, which I found doubly fascinating.
Yeah, I think watching the still processing short afterwards and being like, oh, like this is very much her life. I think it made more sense of like the choices that were made like around what she focused on. It's like, okay, this makes sense why this story is constructed as it is. But then like even hearing that, it's like, man, that's such another interesting choice to make, that you're not going to try to replicate it as close as you can. But also it feels like, I mean, her emotion that she displays in the still processing short around this, like the scene of her, having a panic attack, and, the first one happens after her brother died, and she's not sure if it's like connected to that. But obviously, I mean, and then like the emotion between her and her brother of just like reliving these memories. But then to know that like she went on to like A, write a script, and then B, direct a movie about this experience that she lived through, and like she has these emotions. That seems like such an incredible feat, especially around something that has so much weight personally to it. So it's really just knowing that, I think, really makes it that much more incredible.
One other thing too that I found really interesting was her being asked, what's the screening process like? How's that been for you? Like, I would imagine people come up to you after the fact and say that, like, I had a similar experience with a sibling or my child. And she was like really honest with the fact that it has been connecting with a ton of people, but she didn't feel like she had the vocabulary or words to continue to speak to those people when they shared those stories. Like she didn't feel like, I don't have the experience or the background to like know how to respond to those people. Like almost like she is like capable of letting the film do that work, but like when the one-to-one conversation is happening with other people, she found that like really new and difficult to process. Which I would imagine, like you make a film like this and then like, after every screening, you're probably inundated with people that have a similar experience, and you have to like kind of bear the weight of that emotion every week, or however times you have that movie screening. Right. I don't know if I would be able to handle that. Right. Danny, top of your list.
Man, we're blowing through it. I was really pleased with how it ended. I really loved I love the moment of her walking with Jeremy to like on the cliffside.
Yeah.
And just kind of being there with him, kind of like sharing this moment. I liked that the ending didn't have some sort of, it didn't have a happy ending for either of them. It didn't have like some sort of breakthrough either of like solving the puzzle or figuring out like this. Her experiencing this didn't automatically make her better again or like get her through the trauma or processing what she's been dealing with for so long. I kind of like that it just kind of had her there and able to kind of move forward even further now that she's gone through the process of having, I don't even know how to explain like that, what that would look like of her, reliving her past through these memories and recreating these memories. But there's something about that cliffside walk that I was like, this is a perfect ending for what we just witnessed, because I didn't need it to answer questions. And not even that she has the answers now, but like there's something about not like this aha breakthrough moment that really set well with me at the end of this film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the end when she's on the cliff and it connecting back to the beginning, that like she pulls out her phone and she starts taking a video of like the Volvo that we see like at the beginning. At least that's how I took it. Like that's like the beginning of the movie with her saying, kind of saying how she hated her brother and like not really understanding him though. Yeah, and that like scene when they're at the water and they're like talking together and just like walking together. And then they're like talking about memories. And he says like, I think there's a lot that you don't remember. It's just like really, really great stuff of just like, you know, like how bad she might just want to be able to have, you know, one more conversation with this person. But even then, maybe knowing that like, well, if I talk to this person, it's going to be as mysterious as it was then even, you know, like he barely says anything. So I can see it like almost like, all right, this gives a little bit more, but maybe just like reinforcing that like, this is all there is at the same time.
Yeah. I love the idea of like her memories of him being so vague, like to the point where like you almost don't see him speak. And you only see like certain things happen of him like acting out. And, you know, is that the whole story? Because like how young was she when she was seeing this? You know, what would her memories be of those events? And I did read too that she like had conversations with her parents of talking through those events. And they told her that like, that's not even really what actually happened. Like you're forgetting a lot of what happened in these instances. Like it was a lot more extreme. So that just like kind of adds another layer of like, you know, what her memory was really of childhood with the brother, which is fascinating.
I can think of like having experiences like that as a kid or like returning to an experience. I remember once like waking up and my whole family already being awake and like talking at the kitchen table and like having breakfast. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Like this never happens. And I remember going into the kitchen and my dad's at the table talking with my brother and there's a girl there who I've never seen. And I'm like, who is this person? I must have been like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years old. And I'm like, I'm trying to make sense of this. It's like, we've never had a strange person for breakfast when I wake up. What is happening? And it wasn't until like, years later, I'm like, you know, my teenage brother, there's a girl who slept over. Like, like going back to that memory and be like, oh my God, I haven't thought of that in years. And now I see in a completely different light.
Where's the blue Heron of Frodo's life? Realizing that that girl slept over his house. Let's see. Anything next on my list? I mean, I have to call out the short again. I mean, I just love her visual style in that short. Every shot is framed so gorgeously. Even the shot of like her having the panic attack was just so brilliantly set up, like the way the camera's facing her and the window behind her, the presentation of the photos at the end. I mean, those photos looked incredible that her dad took, and she like took the time to develop the film. Oh my God, those are amazing photos.
Her working in a dark room. You kidding me?
Yeah,
I missed that.
That's, I mean, every shot was gorgeous in the still processing. But in this movie, I felt like the same way. You know, there's so, like, even just the shot of the brothers moving the blinds up and down. There was one shot, I think, of the kids outside and one on the inside of the window looking out. That was really gorgeous. The kids in the dark room scene. I love the intro titles, the map drawings.
Yeah,
those were so cool. There were some other visual shots that I wrote down. Let me see. The conversation that her mom and dad are having with her, and when the camera is on the mom, but there's like a double exposure. I don't even know what to call it, but there was like 2 visuals of the mother talking. It's just like an incredible visual. It's like, this is like catnip for me. Like all these, she has like such an amazing, she can photograph a movie so well, because I feel like all of her just like, if she's just shooting photos, it's going to be gorgeous. And I felt like the movie was an extension of that. So I'm down for whatever she shoots. I'm watching it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, there's like I feel like she has like a voyeur type of approach. Kind of reminds me of like Wong Kar-wai's shots where it's like you're almost like a fly on the wall, or almost like a, I think of like extremes of like, there's someone like on one extreme of like Kubrick, who is like fabricating every shot, every detail, putting the camera in the perfect place to compose a shot. Whereas this, it feels like she's just like hiding a camera maybe in a corner and then like looking through windows to try to like find something that may be there. And then of course it's like she's finding gold all the time.
Yeah.
And there's like some, like the shot where they go, where they're looking for Jeremy and he ends up like at a gas station and like the Volvo pulls up and she gets out of the car and then it's like shot through the car windows and then she brings him back. And then the way it's like, just like the audio as well, like the audio of where they are and just the tactile sounds that follow them as the camera follows them, I thought was really great. And there was something about the still processing short too, where, it is like a short film. It's like, I want to call it a documentary, but it kind of is because it's like her life, but it's still shot as a short. And I think there are moments, like I had this thought where she's like doing the panic attack scene where I was like, this could very easily feel like contrived or like you're shooting yourself having a panic attack. But that like however it's crafted, like there's some secret sauce to like never have that feeling. There was another, like at the end where it's like she just wants to show like the images that were developed. And instead of just like showing them blown up and taking over the full screen, she first shows the projector and just like her projecting them onto the wall. And then it goes to that. There was like touches in like just how she presented those things that were really special. And I don't know how you teach that or like what it was even doing to make me believe and like accept in the way that she's presenting this, but it really worked really well.
I read some, I think a Letterboxd review where somebody was saying how like some of those touches that we reference, like the blinds or looking out through the window as the kids are on the trampoline and in the car and the noises, those were like the formative childhood memories that you have that aren't necessarily connected to like deeper memories, but like you just remember that moment where like you were in that car and your brother was outside, or you remember that noise. And like those still shots were like representative of that. That was pretty cool.
I just Googled, it looks like she became the guest curator for the Leading Lights program at the Vancouver International Film Festival. And she recently signed with Fusion Entertainment, and that's kind of it. See where she goes next.
Yeah. Spider-Man sequel. That's what Danny wants. It's not what I want.
My
It's
God.
what Danny wants.
Secret Wars. Sophie Ramfari.
Proto, next on your list?
There's, great moments, I think, of capturing the 90s. I was a kid in the 90s. Yeah. We all were. So there's just like there's such great little touches that I think connect to that. The dad working on the computer in the corner. I mean, just like like my family computer looked just like that, and the fact that it's set up in the corner, but then also that it seemed weird that your dad would be working on a computer. At least my dad never worked on a computer.
Oh, that's true.
It's like he's working at home.
Yeah.
This seems crazy. But there was just like other things that really worked, like Sasha just laying on the couch playing with her hair. No iPads in sight. No TV on. Just like remember boredom, like being a kid and being bored when the mom is looking for the kids or looking for Jeremy and the kids are just literally sitting in the car, like staring straight ahead. Like, oh my God, how many times did like your mom go into a grocery store for a minute and you're just stuck in the car with nothing, not even a radio.
Windows up in Florida.
The end of boredom.
We're fighting for our life.
I mean, is this the downfall of society? The end of boredom.
Right.
Something to think about.
Should think about it. How about the speakers of that computer too? That wasn't one of my notes. The PC speakers that were attached.
When he wrote on the floppy disk, I was like, God, that is it's gone. It's gone from our life.
I saw
it doesn't exist.
Someone made a limited edition hat of that character that they drew on the PC.
Oh, the mouse guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang. I'll go on eBay. I also wrote down 90s childhood summer on Vancouver Island. Looked perfect.
Yeah. The beaches. I mean, there's a ton of water around. It looked fun.
Yeah, we
Easier
need to
for me
go.
to say.
We need to get Vancouver Island.
All right, I'm listening.
Right.
Danny, next on your list?
The two actors, I mean, I think everyone's great in this film, but the parents are so good, so well cast. I'm not going to try and butcher their names. I apologize. I guess I could. Ringo played the mother and Adam played the father. I thought their performances together were incredible. Them having to deal with Jeremy was just like that first half of the film just felt so terrifying as a parent because I can't imagine being in that position. And there was just there. I think they're incredible in this film, and they conveyed that urgency to figure out the help for Jeremy, not getting the help that they need from doctors, and it's just well performed by the two of them. And I think if they're not good actors, it's a rough film.
Yeah, the conversations they had when she comes back from the like child therapist or whatever, and he's with the kids, like having fun, developing film, and she's got to like deal with all that. And how she said it was like a useless meeting, and then they like lay in bed together or whatever and have a conversation about how like, you know, the guy suggested it was this, and you know, they just set up boundaries, and it's like, you know, you don't know what the F you're talking about, dude. Like you're not living with it. I thought that was pretty great. But also the Sasha interviewing the social workers in the second half, and those were real people. Those weren't actors. That like I couldn't tell. Like, is this a real conversation happening here? Because it was like so documentary-ish and real that it made me just like wonder what is going on. And she did say that she interviewed like actual real people as herself. And then Sasha came in for the actual filming. And I think at one point, like, I can't remember if it's in the movie, but one of them says like, you know, 20 years, she asked like 20 years later, what would you do? And they were still, none of them had a finite answer. There was no like solve 20 years later that magically appears.
Yeah, the parent stuff, man, it's quite a portrayal. In some ways, I was like, there weren't any parents in the 90s this caring, and like no one was really like this. Was it really? But yeah, I mean, the long suffering, and I think, I guess just like maturity and like wisdom that they show in trying to help Jeremy was really impressive. And moving to see like the scene where he gets arrested and goes into his room and his dad comes in, is like hugs him and like tries to like help him in that moment. It's like, dang, like, I don't know, man, that's hard to do when your kid gets arrested. Like if one of my sons came home, you know, arrested, like it's like, that's who I want to be. But man, in the moment to like respond that way, especially with a kid who's like, this is their MO, like this is the way they're living their life. I found like just that portrayal is like really, really incredible, that parents could, you know, continue to choose love that much. But I guess you just see that what else are you going to do for your kid? And like how hard that would be to not have any answers. You know, like they probably like begging like for a diagnosis, right? It's like, tell us what is happening so that we can at least have some kind of guidance in that way. But like never having that, man, it's brutal.
Even the mother had that line. She's like, alcoholics don't give up their kids. Where like they never have to go through this. Why do we have to go through this? Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine having to go through something like this.
No.
Like the speech that Sasha gives at the end, like, you won't give up, but you will get tired. No one will understand, and it will only worsen. Like, Mamma mia. Danny?
No, I think that's it for me. I am glad that something like this is on the Letterboxd video store, because if you're not paying for Criterion, it feels like a definite Letterboxd crowd movie that people could get behind. I'm at 5 stars, easy 5 stars for this film. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Sophie, guide us.
Guide us, please. Sophie, please. Sophie, if you're free later this year to come on for Bicentennial Man.
We have a slot open. Spielberg backed out.
We just call in all the directors of the movies that we love this year to do Bicentennial Man. We're getting there now. A slim mental note, 41-minute mark. Sophie Rumvari for Bicentennial Man. Let me see if I have anything else. How about the pool scene?
I almost threw up.
Oh my God.
I almost threw up.
Absolute nightmare.
Unbreakable. I was about to say,
like Lethal Weapon 2.
No. God, no.
Time is going backwards. It's a time warp. Dad said that in the dark room. It feels like somehow I am cursed, Mother says. Yeah, what a feature debut. Wow. 5 stars.
Yeah.
Number 1 movie of the year. Wow.
Mentions, I felt like did the score not really kick in until the middle of the movie? That was the only time I noticed it, like in the middle and then all the way at the end. Otherwise.
Yeah, I was going to call out the music, but there's no one on credited on Letterboxd. There's sound credits for like 4 people, but yeah, I don't know about the score in this.
Or it's on punching through into adulthood can be hard. It's hard being a teenager. It's a tough time. Tough time. The whole scene of him getting arrested, the way that's shot as well, or when he's in handcuffs coming back to the house. So I think like the scene right after that is then like the social worker comes to the house for the first time and they're jumping on the trampoline, or like throughout that scene, there's like kids jumping on the trampoline. And then it like cuts to adult Sophie and she's on the phone, I think with her mom, maybe. But you can still hear the trampoline in the background. I thought that was a really beautiful touch. Yeah, not having an answer for the diagnosis. Yeah, I think there's a lot you don't remember. Yeah, I really like this as well. I think this is a movie I'm gonna, think about for a while. I think it's a movie that like, I don't know, just like thinking in terms of like your own childhood and like memories that you have. It's powerful, especially like combined with the short. I think they're great to watch in tandem. I don't know if it's worth it to watch one or the other first. I don't know. But just, watching the movie and then going back and watching that was really great. I'm at 4 stars for this. It's really great. It's great.
Put it on the poster.
I mean, yeah.
It's really great.
It's great.
Well, I'm kind of feeling like I'm kind of feeling bad. It's like, oh, should I give
4
it 5
stars? Is great.
But I gotta,
4 stars is great.
4
that's where
stars
I'm
is
at.
great. Nothing to worry about here.
Thank you.
Don't let anyone say otherwise to you. And if they do, you tell me. You tell me first.
Okay, I'll send them all your way.
Thank you. Folks, gambling is legal in our Discord, which you can get access to by becoming a member of our Patreon. $5 a month or $48 a year. TJ just signed up on a free trial. You get a 7-day free trial. Logan joined fully and now has access to uncut episodes longer and 80 episodes in the vault. We are due to record, finally, A Knight's Tale next week.
Oh,
it's
that's news to us.
It's
I have to
happening.
rewatch it.
By hook or by crook, we are recording Heath Ledger and Knight's Tale. And the Vision is in that.
Yeah, he is.
Do you know that? Nude Vision.
Oh, yeah.
His loaves hanging out back there. We'll get into it, but that's only for patrons next week. What do we want to cover first? Probably you were on vacation, so I don't think you watched anything.
You watched nothing?
Is that true? Wow.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't watch anything. Well, I was with my family. We're on a little week-long vacation in the Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Raise up.
Enjoying the sun.
North Carolina.
Enjoying the sunshine and the water and
soapy water to get a bubbly. Was it the bubbly water in OBX?
We had
Foam?
We had a nice sandbar.
Yeah.
We get one of those long sandbars.
Love a sandbar.
This was like, we didn't see it the first day, or maybe it wasn't there. I don't know. You know how sandbars are.
High tide, low tide.
Yeah. So, second day we went out, it was like low tide and, we're out a little bit. And then we look out and like 150 feet ahead of us, there's a guy in like ankle deep water. And we're like, oh, sandbar. So, you got to trek out there. You got to get through the waves.
Yeah.
The 4 feet of water. My kids are like hanging on my back, like trying not to drown. But we got out there. So yeah, we had a nice little time there. I got attacked by chiggers.
What the hell is that?
They are it's a bug that's like in its larva stage.
Ugh.
So they're very tiny, like tinier than ticks. But what they do, I read up on them because I was like, my body's covered in these, but they release an enzyme on your skin to like dissolve your skin cells, and then they slurp it up.
You have to make that noise.
But before you're even itching, once they eat it, they then just detach, just like the Millennium Falcon and The Empire Strikes Back. And
Great visual.
They detach, and they leave you a nice little welt. But they itch like crazy for. At this point, I'm going on like 4 or 5 days.
Wow,
like
you're still itching.
Yeah, I'm still itching. Yeah,
Oh
each day I'm like,
God.
it's got to be over now. But yeah, I keep itching because I was on a long run. Me thinking I'm all big and bad. I'm gonna like go on this Outer Banks trail run. But I plan it all out. It's like an 8-mile loop.
Jesus.
But when it says trail, at times that could be just a 3-mile stretch of sand. That I'm running through in the 100-degree North Carolina sun. So I got roasted. And then like the last mile was a stretch of trail that was not even a trail. It might have been a trail 50 years ago, but it was completely overgrown. So
Brave.
I was terrified. I honestly
Rattlesnakes.
was like, is this how I die? Is this how Percy Fawcett felt in the Amazon in 1925?
5 people get that reference.
But fortunately, I was reading The Lost City of Z on this vacation, and I felt this is probably why I even did the run. I was inspired by Percy and his efforts, and I kept I literally had this thought: it's like if Percy Fawcett can go into the Amazon jungle for over a year and come out and survive, I can make it through this 1 mile of unmarked trail in North Carolina. So I did have to crawl on my hands and knees at a few points.
What?
Yeah, there
What
was
in the world?
There was like imagine you're in the
No
forest
wonder
and
you're
there's
covered
no
in
room.
chiggers.
Yeah, like that's what happened. I must have went through
Holy
a
Lord.
chigger nest and they got me good.
Gotta give it a different name though.
I need to ask about the Wi-Fi situation, but let's save it for the Wi-Fi portion post-show.
Yeah, so no movies for me, unfortunately. Yeah, but
Wow. Rip.
Rest in peace.
give me a week.
I did enough watching for the both of us. I watched the Triple X trilogy.
Oh my God, talk to me. What? Hell
the
yes.
Vin
well,
Diesel.
the fact that you watched the second too, I can't believe you did that.
I had fun rewatching Triple X. For those that don't remember, Vin Diesel left the Fast franchise after the first one, and he went on to greener pastures with his own action franchise called Triple X, with the same director as Fast and Furious, Rob Cohen. And this was like American James Bond, but he's an adrenaline junkie. He rides dirt bikes. He rides skateboards. He does parachutes.
Tony Hawk's in it.
Oh my God. The cameos in this are
The cameos.
insanely dumb. Terrible. He goes to like a party and
not
all these
terrible.
like real life, skateboarder, BMX bike riders are like, hey, X, I'm Matt Hoffman. Tell me about that trick you just did, man. And he's like, I'm Vin Diesel, man. And it's unwatchable. I almost stroked out into a coma. seeing the
Xander
cameos.
Cage.
X, man. It's like terrible. However, I understand it's 2002. This feels probably like a great idea,
Oh, yeah.
It was fun, but it's too long. It's like almost 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours. It feels like 2.5 hours. But I mean, he's got his own like cue, the guy making him like traps and stuff. So it's like very clearly a James Bond franchise attempt. I watched the second one. Vin did not return. Wasn't feeling the script. So they got the next best thing, and that's Ice Cube.
Right.
And Scott Speedman. An Exhibit. And you know who the villain was? Get this. Willem Dafoe.
Oh my God.
My God.
2005, Willem Dafoe in the sequel to Triple X.
How much screen time does he get?
He gets a lot. And it's like, I was kind of like shocked at first, but then I like forget that, I mean, there's a stretch where Willem Dafoe is just in everything. 15-year stretch? 20-year stretch? I don't know.
God.
He's in a lot of stuff. Not that good. So I went forward and then I watched the final of the trilogy, Triple X, Return of Xander Cage from 2017. Donnie Yen,
The
Ruby Rose, Toni Collette, and a host of other talented actors like Michael Bisping.
Toni Collette snubbed.
This was pretty fun, admittedly. This is 2017. And it feels like, I wrote my review, it felt like an alternate universe Fast and the Furious movie. I think by this point, like, they had nailed the formula at that time of like what the Fast franchise was. And he tried to do it with Xander Cage. Worked pretty well. Donnie Yen is in it. Donnie Yen's pretty good. This might be my favorite Donnie Yen role.
You're
So-
you're just saying that because I'm sitting here. Fate of the Furious was 2017 as well.
There you go.
Wow, it was only 3 years ago. It's crazy.
And then I watched The End of Oak Street. I probably should have led with The End of Oak Street.
Oh, shit.
right.
You
Yeah,
saw
come
that
on.
one.
Forgot
Yeah, you
about
got to
that.
lead with that. That's
Sorry,
the new
everybody.
movie.
Everyone's checked out. They're fast forwarding to the next podcast in their app.
This format sucks.
When is he getting to End of Oak Street? I got a screener invite. Did I say this last week? I can't remember.
Yes, you've effed up with your family.
I effed up. Yeah, but maybe that was on the show. I have no recollection. But we went. I got myself some Bunch of Crunch at Wawa on the way. They don't have boxed Bunch of Crunch.
Gotta
So
go
I feel
Dollar
like I
Tree.
ended up paying the same amount at Wawa than I would have at the theater. But I did get a whole thing of popcorn. I owned that thing in that movie theater.
Nice.
And went to Neshaminy, the dregs of the city, but the movie theater's still there. It wasn't in IMAX or Dolby Vision. It was in one of the smaller theaters. It was fine. But as the lights like went down, this dude next to me whipped out
Excuse me.
an entire Wawa hoagie.
Hell.
Like he smuggled it in there. And
Was it
he's
James?
like slowly unwrapping this thing and eating it during the entire movie. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in a movie theater. Bro, you ever see a Wawa Hogue in a movie theater?
I don't know if I've seen a Hogue. That's wild.
Yeah. I was shook. This
I mean,
stinky.
sounds great.
It was stinky. I had to like
Oh,
lean
yeah.
over and smell the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure what you were about to say.
Very fun. Gave it 3 stars. End of Oak Street. My son loved it. He gave it 5 stars.
Jesus, James.
Visuals were fun. Some cool shots. I thought Ewan McGregor was completely miscast. I don't
Oh,
know why he's
really?
in this movie. Can we get literally anyone that can do an American accent? Anyone else?
Just leave him British.
Sure, have him do a British accent in the 80s. I don't give a crap.
Or is he, what?
Whatever he is. Danny said British. So if he's not British, that's on Danny.
Yikes. That was proto.
but then the kids were kind of annoying, and that was the detriment for my viewing. But it's getting rave reviews.
Great.
Really?
I don't know if it's getting rave reviews because people thought it was going to be really bad, but it's not. So it's like raising up, the emotion level. But I'm excited to see what Danny thinks of it, for sure.
You think
You're not going to go see End of Oak Street?
I have
J.J. Abrams, Bad Robot.
I have
producing.
zero plans to see this film. What are you talking about?
Really? You're going to love this movie.
J.J. Abrams Dinos.
No.
J.J.
My
Amblin
August
Whippet.
plan. My August plans is to
Great
go
line.
see the first Fast and Furious back in theaters again.
Ugh.
No comment.
I think it's interesting. Like, this is the first movie from David Robert Mitchell since that Under the Silver Lake.
I couldn't deal with that movie.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. But,
Yeah.
I mean, he did It Follows, then that weird movie. And, man, he hasn't done a movie in 8 years.
What's a guy like? What does he do in those 8 years? I looked at his
That's a great
wiki a few
question.
times in the last year or two, and I can't see what's he up to.
Right.
I think
Producing.
he's allegedly doing a sequel to It Follows. Also,
Yeah. It is. There is a movie listed called They Follow.
yeah.
So,
I was pretty harsh on It Follows when it first came out, but I rewatched it a couple years ago and I really liked it. Great movie.
Why didn't you like Under the Silver Lake?
I didn't like it.
No, why?
Andrew
Provolone gave
Garfield's
it 2
character
stars too.
was really annoying, I think, and it just felt like a bit of nonsense. The whole movie.
yeah. It's
If I had
really feels
seen this
really
in
long.
theaters, I probably would have walked out. Damn, Slim.
Just being honest.
Right.
If you don't watch End of Oak Street, why don't you watch Under a Silver Lake?
I don't want to watch either of those films.
It's got your boy in it.
I understand that. Andrew's done a shit ton of movies I have not seen. I don't.
Trying to wriggle your way out of this one. Huh?
He is. I don't
There's
like
like
it.
10 other Andrew films I'd rather watch than this one.
What are you going to watch this weekend? What do you got planned?
This weekend, I'm going
Yeah.
to Tampa to watch the Tampa Bay Rays.
Wow.
Support
Back
baseball.
on-
You were
back on
in
movies.
Texas last week?
Texas, baby. I was in
Tell us-
Frisco, Texas for Rebel Scum Con. Star Wars convention. Had a fantastic time.
Really?
I really did, honestly. I got to hang out with some of my favorite Star Wars artists that I don't get to see, Seth and Candace. And it was just wild to be at a show that's not official Lucasfilm Star Wars celebration, but like Denise, who played Detra from Andor, was there. John Boyega was there. Manny Jacinto. I actually got to walk out and talk to Manny. We both left the con at the same time. It was really funny. I'd say it a little bit later. He was only there on Saturday, and I was packing up my stuff late on Saturday to walk back to my hotel. And the way I exited out, he was exiting too. And I asked him how his day was. He said he had a great day, loved coming out at least for one day. And he was really nice. We just walked out, and he was getting in his car. We're going to the airport.
Is he coming on for Bicentennial Man?
I asked. He said, no. But I had honestly had a fantastic time at this Rebel Scum Con. I plan on going back next year. So if you're a Star Wars fan in Texas, look out for this.
Okay.
Wow.
How many people brought you a slice of pizza?
None, but I did get to hang out with villager Danny.
Mhm.
And he washed my table so I can go to the bathroom.
A hero.
And we cracked open some Star Wars Topps cards.
Really?
We had a great time. I mean, it's one of those cons that are like, it's not a comic book convention. We're all there. Everyone there loves Star Wars, and we have like this shared love for the one thing we're at this con for. And it was a blast. It really is fun to hang out. Just have that kind of, centralized theme for a show. It's really fun.
Everyone talking about Mando and Grogi.
Right. Yeah.
How
What's the
much they
vibe?
loved it.
I don't think I had any Mando Grogi vibes or conversations.
This is the way. People saying this is the way to you.
I don't think I heard that once at this show.
It's like it's over.
It's over.
I think it's finished.
It's finished. I think the most things that people are, I think, a little bit anticipating is D23 this week, because I think we're getting Ahsoka season 2 content. So there's that.
Wow.
That's what Star Wars has for us right now.
Oh, I did watch the first episode of The Ninth Jedi.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, same. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I'll be watching more of that.
I don't think I got to go back to, I don't even think I did season 2 of Visions.
3.
Season 3, or maybe even 2.
Oh, my.
You didn't watch 2?
I don't know. Which one had the siblings? Is that season 1?
The
Yeah.
duel?
That's
Yeah,
the-
season 1.
I
That's
might
like
have stopped
episode
after
2.
season 1.
Holy
Oh,
Lord.
my God.
Okay.
Maybe this week I got a big weekend planned.
Turn off
Visions.
Baywatch for a minute.
Just for 1 minute.
Can't do it. Mitch's love life. I gotta find out what happens next. He just hired a live-in housekeeper, 20-ish years old,
Oh, yeah.
German.
This is going to go well.
And listen, in storyline, he's like 35, 37, Mitch.
Oh,
He ended up having to fire her because,
What?
it was too dangerous.
oh. I wasn't sure why he had to fire her.
Too dangerous. He's got willpower.
Oh,
Mitch Buchanan.
all right. Didn't know this about him. New lore for Mitch.
Did you watch anything otherwise besides
On my flight, I had to watch it in one half going there, half coming back. But I watched Ocean's 11. It was on my flight. I was kind of scrolling, needed something light. Hadn't seen this in God knows how long. But man, this film has the juice. It's so much fun. Brad and Clooney, Damon. Clooney never looked better in this film.
Mm.
My God. And then you have Elliot Gould just acting his ass off in this role. It's such a fun film. I really love it. I kind of want to watch the rest of the Ocean's movies now.
Is this official? You're going on an ocean
No,
journey?
I'm about to go on a
You're
Fast and
announcing
Furious journey.
Oh,
So
God.
everyone relax. Look to the feeds.
5 stars all the way down, folks. Just get ready.
That's not true because The Rock shows up and kiss my ass.
They haven't finished the script for the new one yet, right? They're all going to be 60 years old by the time this last movie comes out.
It's a prequel.
How old is this kid going to be? Remember, the last one ended a cliffhanger. They're falling down. A dam explodes.
Why would you even question it at this point? It's going to make $1 billion.
No way in hell. No. Mm-mm. Put
Are
that
you calling-
in.
are you
put
calling
that
it
in
now?
V'ger.
You're calling it
I'm
now.
saying the last Fast and Furious movie will not make a bill.
Bold. Bold of you.
Amending it.
Bold.
The time has passed. I think people have grown out of it. There was a period of time where the Fast franchise was like the thing to love.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I cannot wait to
It was a dark
revisit
time
this.
for me.
I mean, they're going to bring back Paul Walker. He's announced it. Paul Walker's coming back for the final part.
They reignited his body.
They did something, and I don't think it's going to fly. You think The Rock's going to come back for this
Yeah.
now? You saw him in Moana. He doesn't need this. He doesn't need to do this. He's trying to rebuild his cred.
He's writing music for his daughters.
Gal Gadot, you think she's going to be back?
She died in the last one.
It's not true. She came
They're
back.
bringing her back.
You don't even know. Fucking fake fan.
Didn't she come out of the tank and she's like, "I'm Gal Gadot. I'm back."
Yep.
And that was everyone's
That
like
was her
hooting and
one
hollering
line.
in the theater.
Mhm.
We got to wrap up here. Next week,
You gotta play
folks,
some Apex.
we got an uncut to get to. I got a lot more questions about Proto's trip.
Oh, we already. This is uncut.
Patrons
this Is
only.
still the actual.
This is still the whole. This is the
I
regular
don't like
feed.
this format. I don't like this format.
Next week is teenage sex and death at Camp Miasma
Mm-mm.
from Jane Schoenbrunn. Let's read the
Did you say that right?
IMDb synop. A director making a slasher sequel becomes obsessed with casting the original film's final girl, leading both women into psychological and sexual chaos. That's all we need, folks.
Oof,
my
this
tickets
is only
already.
sitting at 3.9. This is not
3.9?
good. Yeah, it's not good.
You talking 3.9?
Yeah, it's not good.
Not
It's
good. Get out of here. You're just mad about my Fast and Furious comments.
No,
trying to enact revenge.
No, I just am shocked. So it's already sitting at 3.9. That's not good. It's going to keep dropping.
He's lashing out, folks.
If it doesn't hold the 4 spot.
What's Jane's other film at? TV Glow.
It's probably even worse.
No, TV Glow's, I'll say TV Glow's
3.5.
So it's higher than TV Glow. Okay. Proto, closing thoughts this week.
Closing thoughts. If you watched Blue Heron and you loved it, 2 movies that I think are worth checking out that kind of reminded me of it, that I have seen. Columbus from Kogonada. You know, if you like that slow, meditative pace. And another movie from Jim Jarmusch is Patterson, which I think I've talked about before as well. But that movie, very much, I think, in this vein as well. So those are my recos.
Okay. Everyone has their homework. Get your tickets and see Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma.
$70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas. Spiritual guidance and V'ger, the robot who loves movies, provided by Protolexis. Producer at large, Dale_A. Music for our main show, numbered episodes composed by Tim McEwen of The Midnight. Prints and other merch are available at 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to longer, uncut episodes, our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with friends, access to exclusive episodes from the 70mm Vault, discounts on merch, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in the episode notes. We're on Instagram, but that's about it. Goodbye.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.